Immigration policy, specifically the separation of families at the southern border, is a red-hot topic from Washington to the heartland to the U.S.-Mexican border.
Democrats and Republicans both blaming the other party. Members of the GOP say current law and court rulings mandate the practice. They're simply enforcing the law in the books. Democrats, however, say the Trump administration and the GOP bear responsibility, blaming their zero-tolerance policy. Omaha Congressman Don Bacon sent this statement about the separations at the southern border. The Republican says families are the heart of our society and way of life. We should not be separating them at the border because of outdated and broken immigration policies, but instead protecting them by finding suitable shelter and speeding up the adjudication process. Senator Ben Sasse posted an in-depth look at the policy and his thoughts on Facebook. He said in part, "Family separation is wicked. It is harmful to kids and absolutely should not be the default U.S. policy. This bad new policy is a reaction against a bad old policy." To read the full statement, head to our website, 3newsnow.com. The impact is being felt in Nebraska. Families are desperate to find out where their loved ones are.
Senior reporter Jake Wizakowski has details on what immigration advocates to state officials and a U.S. senator are saying about the images they are seeing.
New video released by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection shows the inside of a detention facility in McAllen, Texas, enforcing illegal immigration policy or inhumane practices. The Department of Homeland Security says about 2,000 children have been placed in the shelters in the last 6 weeks, when an adult they're with is suspected of entering the country illegally and facing prosecution. Tom Campbell represents many immigrants and says the children of people in Omaha are being affected.
The impact has been tremendous. I have clients who come to my office crying because they have no idea where their family is, and the government won't tell them.
The Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services says they do not have an unaccompanied minors program and haven't been asked to take any of the children. Plus, they're not at capacity for refugee resettlement. Campbell says the policy is not a law and isn't a deterrent for immigrants.
The problem, Jake, is you cannot disincentivize fear or torture. People are coming to this country having extreme fears. They will not be disincentivized to not have fear to leave their country. So this policy will not work.
The U.S. Attorney General says that not all individuals coming here are families, and the previous administration allowed loopholes that let immigrants cross the border with children without being prosecuted. Campbell says this doesn't have to happen.
We pay taxes, we are responsible for these people they send here, and if we had a humane policy, and if Congress passed legislation, we could manage this and we wouldn't have this catastrophe on our hands that we do now.
I heard from Senator Deb Fischer this afternoon, who said, quote, "I share the concerns of many Nebraskans about the separation of young children from parents. The focus shouldn't be on politicizing the issue. What we need is a targeted legislative fix." Jake Wizakowski, 3 News Now.
President Trump has called out Democrats and Republicans who did not support his 4 immigration pillars. Today, he said the push for immigration reform is vital for the safety of American citizens.
A country without borders is not a country at all. We need borders. We need security. We need safety. We have to take care of our people. You take a look at the death and destruction that's been caused by people coming into this country without going through a process.
The president and Republican leaders are set to work on a pair of bills tomorrow, which includes a possible solution for DACA recipients.
For more than a month, eruptions